Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another very special, as always, episode of the Hyper Conscious Podcast. We hope you enjoyed our latest episode. We were lucky enough to sit down in person and grace the studio with our very first guest, our good buddy, Mark Metry.
Deep Talks.
With Mark. Today, for episode number 406, we are going to talk about the 7 questions that will change your life, as long as you answer them.
So I remember being on an episode with Dean Graziosi.
Yes,
and
that happened.
I was on my way to the studio, not late, but somewhat late. Yep, somewhat late.
Pretty close.
And on my way, right, 5 minutes before the episode. And I remember thinking on my way there, like, what do I really want to ask Dean? Like, what is something that I really want to know for myself and the listeners? And I remember coming up with, okay, the questions we ask ourselves definitely shape the answers we come up with in our life. So what are some of the questions that Dean has asked himself that has made the biggest difference? And he ended up really excited that I asked that question because he said he had never gotten asked that question before. And then we did an episode with Mark Champagne, and we did a whole episode on questions.
Yes, questions are everything.
They are. That's what we're doing on the show all the time, asking and answering questions. I ask Kevin asks me, we ask guests, we're asking ourselves the tough questions. And I did a peak performance training recently, and throughout it, I was very grateful because I reviewed it a couple days later, and I was like, wow, I asked a lot of really powerful questions throughout it. And if you notice the best speakers in the world, they tend to ask questions throughout their speech. And that's what we're doing. So you created a PDF.
I did.
About the 7 questions that will change your life.
Yes, which you guys will be able to get if you go to the hyperconsciouspodcast.com/7 questions.
7 questions. So the number 7?
Yes.
Questions.
You'll be able to have the PDF download of this. It's a lot easier to read through rather than us just hammering it, especially if you're driving. So
yeah. And that will get emailed to you. And that also is /.
Sure.
Yep. Sure. hyperconsciouspodcast.com/7.
It'll be in the show notes.
7 questions.
Yeah, we'll put it in the show notes.
Perfect.
All right. You ready for it?
Yeah, ready.
Okay.
Hammer it.
And the thing is, we're asking the questions, but it's your job to answer them. And if you don't know the answer immediately, do some digging. You got to do some digging to get down to the actual, like, why or what's underneath it. The questions are super important, but the answers you give are far more.
Kevin and I will each give one answer.
We got a hammer.
Yeah, I know.
7 minutes.
We got to go quick.
7 minutes, 7 questions. What's the number that carry the 1, 4, 1?
Let's see if we can do it.
Here we go. Number 1, if you could do... Oh, my God, I butchered it. Alan asked if he wanted me to read this, and I said, no, I can read. If you could be doing anything for a job, what would it be? And then under, seriously, what job would make you the happiest, most fulfilled version of you? For me, I'm doing it. Podcaster, speaker, coach, all of that. What I'm doing right now is my dream.
I would say growing and developing leaders through oratory, through moving people with my words.
Oratory.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And my knowledge and experience.
Number 2. This is one of my favorite quotes ever. Shout out to Parks and Recreation. It might be funny, but it changes the way you think. If the world was ending tomorrow, who would you want to spend tonight with? This is a great way for you to admit who really has your heart. Taryn Goucher.
Emilia Smith.
Okay, there you go. Easy enough. And again, if you aren't dating or if you aren't talking or if you're not in connection with the person that you say, maybe it's time for you to send that message.
Right.
Number 3, how happy are you with your body? Be honest with yourself. The first step in change is awareness. Right now, I'm out of 10, I'm probably a 5 out of 10.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say I went for a hike, Wachusett Mountain yesterday, and was shirtless. I had a backpack on. Not an ab was seen that day. I would say probably a 5. Yeah.
5's across the board.
But progressing upward.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go right back to exceptional eventually.
Yeah, eventually we'll get there.
Number 4, how happy are you really in your relationship? How well is your partner meeting your needs? Do you feel like you're settling? And what is actually keeping you with that person?
Fire.
So for me, 9 out of 10 because we don't give 10s because 10 is perfect and perfect doesn't exist. 9 out of 10, happiness.
Yeah, I would say 9.9 out of 10. If not 10, honestly, because I do give 10s. Really. Emilia and I are the most connected, most in love we've ever been by a significant margin, and that makes, again, you can't get better than that, but you can continuously better your best.
I love it. Love to hear about love. Number 5, what are your 3 biggest securities? I know that they are hard to admit.
Insecurities.
I know they're hard to admit, but when you admit them, they have less power over you. For me, oh boy, being short is one. I'm getting over a lot of my insecurities.
Yeah. I know.
I'm getting over a lot of my insecurities. Being fat right now, straight up. I got a belly on me. I'm straight up. I suck my gut in all the time. What else?
Can't with breath work.
When I'm not financially set.
Yeah.
I feel very insecure when I'm not financially abundant.
What are my insecurities? I would say I'm a little bit insecure about my past, but I'm working on that for sure. I would say there's still a little bit of insecurity around not feeling exceptional. I'll give a short example.
Short.
If you want to dress up and look nice because you desire to look and feel good, that's excellent. But if you're doing that to hide an insecurity, that's different, right? So abundance versus scarcity. I would say my words are exceptional, enthusiastic, and caring. I would say the exceptional one, I'm starting to understand myself at a deeper level. And now I think I'm trying to work towards wanting to be exceptional but not needing to be, if that makes sense.
Yeah. That's it. I thought it was 2, I think. Was that 2 or 3?
2 or 3 what?
Insecurities.
Oh, you wanted another one.
I think
Another
I got 2.
insecurity.
I can smell the pre on them. The pre-workout. I can smell it.
What's another insecurity? The fact that I'm relying on caffeine. Yeah. There you go. That works.
Perfect.
That works.
Number 6. What are you... So this is going to be a 2-part question. Alan brought this to my attention, so it's actually going to be 8 questions. There's always a bonus. Hyperconscious Podcast, always a bonus.
Always a bonus.
Number 6.
Over-deliver.
What are you currently doing that you may regret in the future? Also, what are you currently not doing that you may regret in the future? They say hindsight, Alan, ready for this? They say hindsight is 20/20, but let's reverse engineer regret now.
Ooh, fire.
That is fire.
Do you want to answer first?
What am I currently doing that I might regret in the future? What am I currently not doing? Investing more.
Yeah.
Financially.
Yeah.
I am investing, but not as much as I should be. What am I currently doing? Interesting. That I might regret in the future. Honestly, probably using time as an excuse. Saying, like, I'm too busy.
Yeah.
When it should be, like, well, delegate better than
Right.
you are. That would be my 2 answers. Don't take
Fire.
either of them.
I won't. So I ask myself this actually every day. What am I doing consistently that I might regret? What am I not doing consistently that I might regret? What am I doing consistently that I might regret? I would say avoiding having difficult conversations with people I care for deeply and not, I would say, not telling the truth but doing so in a kind way. That's definitely something I would regret. Another thing that I would regret that I'm not doing is writing my book. I want to write a book on peak performance.
Yeah, I think it's 4 years in the making.
Right.
Well, no, before it was fitness. It's interesting.
It was
good,
fitness.
Good thing you didn't write the other one.
I know. It's interesting, right? Although peak performance, they're connected for sure.
Sorry.
No, you're good. What else am I doing that what am I doing that I regret?
Both. What are you doing and what are you not doing?
So not foam rolling and
Okay.
doing more mobility is something that I will probably regret. What am I doing that I might regret? Interesting. I would say appeasing in certain arenas that time would be better invested elsewhere.
Respect.
Yep.
These are hard questions to answer, guys.
Yeah, they are.
They're hard. And honestly, it'll be a little bit easier for you because you won't be doing it in front of the camera. But take some time. It doesn't have to be rapid fire like it is with us. Take some time and really dig into let me think about this.
I would say journal about these and write them down.
Fire. And also get the PDF. That way you already have the questions out.
I just want to say something quickly.
Oh,
Kevin and
my
I
Lord. Oh, my
are
God.
asking each other questions regularly. We've been in the studio all day today. I was here, I think, at like 9 or so. And since you got here, we've been asking and answering questions.
So much, in fact,
So
that I
much.
have not gotten any of my work done.
Right.
Like, because when we're together, it's kind of, it's weird. The value is in the questions, not...
I know.
I know the system of success is important. We preach that. But, like, I'm only with Alan 1 day a week. Maybe some days 2.
Yeah.
Or some weeks 2. I'm fried right now. Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Number 7. This is my favorite question of all time. What would the best version of you do? This isn't only a great question for like right now in this moment. If I throw something and I miss the trash can, what would the best version of Kevin do? He'd pick it up.
Right.
But anytime you're overwhelmed, anytime you're stressed, anytime you're making excuses, anytime your values are being tested, ask yourself this question. What would the best version of me do?
I would say if you want to really know the macro answer to this question, how are you doing the little things in life? I'll give you an example. I was hiking with Emilia yesterday, and we were cooked. We went up one side and down the back side. And yeah, seriously, we were soft.
Those
yeah.
legs are made for hiking. They're
You,
long.
you
like
would think
Haas,
so,
like a
but I
Haas.
did calves not long ago.
brutal move.
Right, brutal move. So she started picking up litter, trash, because she's just the sweetest thing in the world. And that was a mirror for me of like, why didn't I do that? You know what I mean? And so how do you do the little things in life? Are you doing things to check the box, or are you doing things because it's who you are? And I think that we all have to have a pulse on that. So what was the original question? Last one?
What would the best version of you do?
The best, like in this moment or in
It
general?
just no. Well, I didn't answer it because it's a question for them, so I want them to answer it.
Okay. I thought we were answering each one.
No, we started that like halfway through.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you remembered the beginning of the episode.
Okay. You don't want to answer this?
No, I'll answer it.
Okay.
The best version of me would crush the training that I'm going to be leading tonight on. Well, it won't be tonight. It'll be last week. But cultivating confidence tonight on the Mastermind. That would be the best version of me. I would show up even though I'm exhausted.
Yeah. The best version of me would be find a way to continue being truthful but kind.
Fire. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want this, I'm showing it to the camera right now. 7 questions that will change your life. Head on over to the hyperconsciouspodcast.com/7 questions.
Fire.
Or click on the link in the bio. It'll be there. Also, if you are looking to start, grow, scale, or monetize your podcast, I will hammer you with far more than 7 questions because asking questions is my jam. I am doing free 30-minute consultations for all my podcasting brethren and sisters out there who want help. I am absolutely loving it. I'm learning so much about us and us as podcasters when people ask questions. So feel free to hammer it.
So I did a free coaching call this past week with a man by the name of Tim, and it went really well. And I told him right at the beginning, I said, my goal on this call is to change the trajectory of your life. You can't change your destiny overnight, but you can change your direction, which will change your destiny. And every single time I've said that, I've delivered, and they've told me that I delivered on that. And usually it's clarity. If you're out there and you feel lost, please reach out. Schedule a 30-minute call with myself or Kevin. We're going to help you get clear on your core values, your goals, and that's the first step to change.
That's what they say.
Also, the masterminds.
Sure, yeah.
Every Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
ahead.
Kevin's giving a training on cultivating confidence,
Yes.
which will be dropping
Tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes.
And week 16 will be...
It's wild.
Yeah, it's
When
crazy.
we say we're going to do something, we do it. That's when the consistency kicks in. We do it either every day or every week. And it's awesome having you guys on there because, and this is something we talked about. We got to get out of here. But
Yeah.
Subway's waiting. We get to talk into the microphones. We get to talk into the camera. But we don't always get to see you guys. And there's no live events right now because of COVID. And we get to see you guys on the Mastermind. So if you want to see us and for us to see you, we get to hammer your questions live. We won't say your name if you don't want us to. You can type them in the chat box. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. We do not have fans. We have family. And that's it.
I love when you say that.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's
I
awesome.
appreciate that. So tomorrow, Cultivating Confidence, the live Mastermind will be dropping. So you can jump on the next one after that.
Sounds good?
You enjoy it?
Yeah, very much.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk to you soon.
We're going to go get Subway.
Bye.
Talk to you soon.